What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Toledo. Welcome to another PDR Playback, which is a reaction video / breakdown about PDR dent repairs. Now, this video you're about to watch is from Brandon Herrington from Nomadic Dents. He's doing pretty much quality, retail quality at a wholesale dealership. Now, this is a pretty advanced repair. I mean, this is not a repair that most people or most techs will actually do very well. That is a pretty tough area, but we're going to play this whole video back, let you guys watch it. Then we're going to break it down. And I haven't spoke to him about this repair. I haven't technically seen it until right now. I mean, I played it back with you right now, but I really haven't broke it down to really see and explain why he did that. And some of it I might be like, I don't know if I would do it like that. I don't know. So we will see and break this down. Hopefully it answers some of your questions. It opens the curiosity of how maybe you might do the dents and then get a perspective of how he did the dents. One thing I do have to mention, PDR is a lot like dent food, right? You have your own style. You might have the foundation. You understand what the framework is about, but how is your style? What's your technique like? Everybody has their own. I think it doesn't matter as long as it looks good at the end. Now, there are some rules. You don't want to be drilling into freaking panels 4 or 5 holes unnecessarily just because you're lazy or because you didn't offer that option to your customer. But nonetheless, we're going to break this down for you. And we're going to check out Brandon Herrington. So without further ado, let's get into it. Excellent job, Brandon. That is a crazy hard repair. I'm not going to lie. That I would consider that at least a 9 out of 10 because of the location of that damage. And there's a lot of stuff. If you haven't noticed, right here, right, there is a good, nice deep dent right here. This part is like when you get past the like 1 to 2 inches in this area, that's a pretty significant area to bring back out without chewing it up, making it look super bumpy and discolored because this has high metallic in here. The other part is the body line, right? And he's using some lines that show him just how stretched it is. It's hard to tell in here, but I will actually zoom in here. I think my phone's like, I need to take it off sleep for right now, but yeah, it's pretty deep there. It's really deep. So look at this. Now look at that. Ooh, what is going on there? Ooh wee. But nonetheless, I mean, you've got a severe crown that goes from here to here. We call that a reverse crown. And then you got the main crown, and then you got this that's bent. So that's some pretty tough stuff right there, if you ask me. So what else did he end up doing? Let's bring this back. So he starts glue pulling. Down here at the end. I think he's using the tequila root beer tabs, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, those are the tequila. They're kind of like oval rectangle tabs. So he places one of those right there. And then what that does is that crease tab, he's trying to follow the crease that goes from right here up, right? And then you got this indentation here, another indentation here, and a stretch that goes from out here to out here. Not an easy dent. Again, as I mentioned, I probably wouldn't want any of that. Honestly, not on a day to day. It's just these things they can either go pretty good or not good at all. The glue, based on the color, it looks like a tequila green or tequila. What is that? Tequila. I think it's the tequila glue right there. And is a turquoise glue. It works pretty dang good too. So what he's doing, that's interesting too. So what he's doing is placing the tab right over the body line. Now there are different ways to do that, right? Brandon goes, you know what, heck with it. Let me put a little bit of insurance on it. So that's what I see here. We call that insurance. He's making sure that the glue is going to bond pretty dang darn good there. He's going to get a good pull. It looks like he's pulling pretty good. Watch this. Bang. Yep. That's a nice pull. And then look at this pull. Really good. Pulls out majority of that low without overstretching. Pretty dang good on there. So we're going to zoom in. So he got a lot of this and he got a lot of that. Still, I can see in the reflection just barely a little bit of low here. We probably know that's still going to have a low there. We're not expecting, or he's not expecting, to get that whole body line. What he's doing is setting up his pushes. He's going to, as you saw in the video, he does go in from behind and make a push or with that tool, but he wants to minimize the pushing. So let me tell you about glue pulling, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Glue pulling is meant to really either have way cleaner repairs or to set up your pushes so you minimize the push marks, right? Personally, Joe and I agree. If you can glue pull majority of your dent, if not all, you'll probably go faster and you'll be a lot cleaner. That's what Brandon's doing, I'm assuming, based on this. Otherwise, why not just pop a hole in the beginning and just push it out, right? That's a tight area. He's releasing tension. That's why we glue pull majority of the time. Now, fair warning, with glue pulling, you newbies, I know you love glue pulling. I know you like it, but are you aware sometimes of the repercussions? Meaning that you could pull paint. And if you're not familiar with the vehicles, you're likely to pull paint and pay for a paint repair and lose a customer and jeopardize your reputation. So I would personally say out of just precaution, always explain and be transparent to your potential client that there is a slight chance you could pull paint. What are the chances? I'm going to say 10%, right? So 1 out of 10 cars, you're going to pull paint unless you're doing high chance vehicles like repaints, or definitely going to pull paint on that one way or another, or like maybe Chrysler, Dodge. Sometimes now Toyota seems like it pulls paint a lot. So be careful. Just cover your bases. And how you say that is basically let the client know that you're being transparent. Anybody else who doesn't explain that to him isn't being honest. That puts you as the good guy and the upfront, trustworthy technician. And it covers your butt, because if you don't say anything and you're scared and then you pull paint, well, like I said, you're in a bad situation. So back to the dent. So Brandon is pulling that. We know it. Like he's going to do it again, right? He's going to pull from across now. Instead, he's going to pull vertically instead of horizontally. And to get some of that, you can see the tension that's coming out right around here, right? Watch this. This is actually coming out pretty good. He's grabbing it and boom, it's definitely coming up. All right. So next up, he's getting Mr. Fancy. He's spinning his door jammer. This is a Wiley Quick. Actually, that's really their name. A lot of people say Willy Quick, but Wiley Quick, door jammer, carbon fiber. I love this jammer. It's a trunk jammer. I use it for the doors a lot too as well, because I like how wide it can open the panel. And then now he's using some edge pliers. This is from B&D, also from Anson PDR. These things are legit. What he's doing is making sure that he can actually push this edge up. I'll zoom in just a little bit more so you guys can see. So he's trying to get this edge back up with these pliers. I'll back this pliers up, see if I can back them up, see if we can get a quick, maybe if he didn't quite show what they look like underneath, but I have an idea of what he's doing. So they are the 2 feet here, and he has another tip on right here where the thumb's at, and he's actually pushing like this. Okay. He's tapping down underneath that crown, trying to make the metal flow go back towards the deepest part of the dent. Nice job. All right. He's making sure everything's going good. Now he's using some Kiko and some some Kiko dead center tabs and the Reaper tabs 3.0 tabs. These tabs are legit. They both pull really hard. The 3.0s on the Dent Reapers, they're supposed to last a little longer, or definitely longer. I do have to mention too as well, tabs are commodities, right? You should really be saying, okay, if I'm going to glue pull, if I know I'm going to be glue pulling, I need to add or assume I'm going to glue pull and add $20. Seriously, you break one, you break two. Over time, it's not going to cost you anything. You put that in the glue pod fund, like glue tab fund. You put that in the glue tab fund. Now you got extra money to spend without going, dang, I got to fork out more money. Just be aware that tabs do break. They're not going to last forever all the time. Black Plague, their tabs, unfortunately, don't break very often. But nonetheless, using a robo lifter, that's a mini lifter, also known as a mini lifter from Kiko, pulling some more. And now he sets up his pushes. Now, I am assuming that he's using a 90-degree rod. So it comes up and it faces this way. So it goes up and at a 90-degree angle like this, right? That's his rod's looking like that. Probably a little more stubbier. Got a soft tip on there to really push out this body line right there. Now he's just going for the meat, right? And he's setting that up, getting his head really close. You PDR techs, you see how he's looking across that panel? There's an old saying out there, dirty face, clean dent, right? If you have a clean face, you got a dirty dent. You got to make sure you put that face against that panel. I don't care which reflection you're using. If you're using fog or lines, get that face across that panel. Now, far as the tap down, I don't know what tap down he's using. I'm trying to see if I can slow it down. Now he doesn't really show really what tap down he's using. I don't think it's going to matter at this point because everyone has their own preference as far as tap downs. We won't get into too much of that, but these tools that he's using is definitely a preference. The hammer is a preference. If you see this is an old snap-on hammer. That thing's heavy too. And that thing works really good. I love the weight on that. But let's go back this up. So he did make an access point. Let's be pretty honest. Is making an access point also drilling okay? Yes, it is okay. Let's be real here, right? If you go to a body shop, how much more invasive is that, right? They're taking apart stuff. They're tack welding it. They're bondoing it, filling it. That depends on what body shop you're going to. They're replacing it. They're painting, sanding panels that don't even need to be painted and blending. So you want to compare that to one access point that you can probably use again if they've got another dent there in that same area. I don't see anything wrong with that. Whether they're very transparent with the client or not, well, that depends on them. We are very transparent with our clients. We let our clients know if that's going to be an option. And it's always the last option. We give our clients options. Do you want to take apart this vehicle? We can do that. It's going to cost this much versus if we make an access point, it's going to cost this much. So sometimes they go for the cheaper option. They'd rather go ahead and make an access point. Some people say, no, we'll go ahead and tear everything apart. I'd rather not have the access point. We'll do it that way. Perfect. But I am very transparent. I'm sure Brandon is too. But he's also working on a lot at a dealership, right? They're not going to pay anywhere close to what a retail client is going to. But nonetheless, he cares about his quality. He did a great job. Check this out. This is one thing you PDR techs need to understand too. The ones who don't know really what good polishing is. You see those just 4 little dots? That's all you need. You don't need a lot. If you want your pad to last a long time and not get all basically yucky and just looks like freaking mud, use very little compound or polish. It will last a lot better. Your panel will look better. Everything just goes good. So here's the cleanup. Very nice job, Brandon. That is the breakdown of Brandon Herrington's on Nomad Dents. Go check him out on Instagram. I'll leave some links down below and you can go check him out. Let me know what you guys thought. If you guys have a video you want me to check out for you, or if you have somebody else in mind, let me know and let me know why. I'll talk to you guys later and see you on the next one.